Hello boys and girls, Steve the Builder here. Glad to have you back in my workshop. Yesterday I forgot to talk about my static boat that I've been working on, so let's start with that. If you have a look, it's just sitting here. It was sitting there yesterday and I forgot all about it. Little Sammy's sitting up there on the top, or standing up on the top. That's going to be a flying bridge. I've got to put a little piece across there, and then the steering wheel can go up there and they can steer the boat from the flying bridge. And then of course it'll have to have some proper windows put in, and then it's going to be painted, and it's going to be a big static launch. The whole family can come and enjoy life on the boat. Yesterday I gave you some plans to make one of these, a little shuttle. It's called a shuttle because it used to shuttle back to space and back to Earth, then back to space again, but it did need some big boosters. So if you remember, the plan I gave you looked like this one, and we cut it out, but that was just the shuttle that flies in space by itself and comes into land like this. See the wheels come out after it's entered the atmosphere, and it comes in and lands on a long runway. But of course, to launch itself into space, it needs boosters, and so we needed to make it look like this plan here with the boosters attached. There's two side boosters and a really big middle booster, and they would send it into space, and once it's there it could rely on its own little engines to do the finished part, getting up there, and then when that was all burnt out it could float around in space until it needed to come back down. And then when it came back down, it would come down, remember I told you, through the atmosphere using its shield, and once it was through the atmosphere it would then come into the flying position, and the pilot inside those windows would fly it around on a big steep glide and then come into land at the airport. The wheels would come out at the last minute and down it would pop onto the ground. So have a look at these photos. Here's the space shuttle launching. Man, look at the blasting coming out the back of that. It's going up fast. In fact, it's got to get to thousands of kilometers per hour, believe it or not. Really, really fast. And as it blasts up, these outside boosters drop off, and then finally the big fat booster in the middle drops away, and then the shuttle's left on its own, and then it can go and it can open its garage doors like we looked at yesterday, and out can come a satellite or bits and pieces or whatever they want to do or use it for. I don't know if you saw yesterday, I didn't point out, look, there's a little satellite dish for receiving messages. So once that's all done, then of course it's got to come into land, it shuts its garage doors, and down it comes like I described before. Now I wanted to make some boosters like these ones, and I used some cardboard. I used this cardboard roll like so, and this thinner one for the side boosters, and I glued them on like in the picture here, and here it is finished. So that's what the rocket would look like ready to launch. It would be on the launch pad. There'd be big blasts out from the bottom of these boosters, and then up it would go, getting faster and faster and faster. Then it rolls over on its back and goes up into space like so. Now that that's all finished, it comes into land. Now yesterday we started making a landing control column, and I've done a little bit more work on it, but I'm not quite finished, so I'll show you it now. I'll just grab it. You can see that I glued it onto the box we were talking about, and I've added some dials and some buttons for helping me to land the space shuttle. I've got a picture here of looking out the window while I'm in space. And what I'm going to do now is just put these shuttles out of the road and make the last part. I cut the side off a pizza box. You can see I've got quite a few boxes, bits and pieces down here at the moment, and I want to talk about that at the end because we want to make something exciting tomorrow. So let's have a look. I've made this little square. I cut that out because it's nice and clean on that side, and I'm going to stick some dials on this side. So we just have a big dial here. We need a big dial there, and we need some smaller ones, some stop go buttons. This is a red one for stop. Red's always for stop, isn't it? When you go to the lights, traffic lights, red means stop. So this button will be to stop something, like stop the motor running, or to shut the wheels up back into the... So we'll have that button. And we'll have a green button for go. I can add some more on the later stage if I want. So we're going to put that on the back of our launch pad. I just need a wee bit more glue. So I need a new glue stick in there. There we go. So let's put a bit more glue in here. I'm lucky to have this glue gun, aren't I? So let's put that on here. Goes up this way. Some big dials onto our control column. That's going to make it easy to land and fly the space shuttle, isn't it? Now we need one more lever. We need one lever to bring the wheels down. So let's make a lever to bring the wheels down. So I've got a little bit of that tube left, and I'm going to bolt it onto here with a bolt. So let's have a look at bolts. A bolt is a piece of metal like that with a thread. That's the bit that the nuts turn on. So that's the nut. I've got two nuts on there, a bolt, and you can tighten them up. That's too big for what we want. We can have a little small one. They come in all sizes. Look, there's another one. I think that's the one I'm going to need. That one about that long to go through there. Maybe even a longer one. But they come even tiny wee ones. Look at that little nut and bolt. And then if we want to take the pressure off the nut, we can put a washer on. Now anything that's shaped like that, or like this, is called a washer. And the washer goes on to take the pressure off the nut, because sometimes the nut might pull through if there's a lot of pressure on the bolt. So you put it through like so, and it would be, these tie things together like two layers of metal, and you could use a washer on both sides. Some of you have seen me put new struts onto the playground, and we have washers, don't we, and nuts and bolts, so you've seen those. So we're going to, oh, there's a big washer. Look at that big washer. So it's actually a square washer. So washers don't have to be round. They still do the same job. So what I want to do is put my landing lever. When I bring this lever down from here down to here, it's going to bring the wheels down. So we're just going to drill a hole through here. So I've got a bit of wood there because I don't want to drill my desk, my workbench. There we are, there's a hole through that. And we want a hole through the middle of this. That was easy, that popped straight through, that was good. So now we're going to put the bolt through our lever. Hopefully this is going to be long enough. I'll save myself doing it by hand, I can use my other drill. There we are, that's through there. Then we'll put our lever onto here. And we're going to have a washer. So we'll put the washer on there, and then a nut. So then the nut goes on like, whoopsie. A bit of string there left over from the glue. Tighten that up a wee bit. We can tighten up this side with the screwdriver, electric screwdriver. That's good. And now we're going to glue that onto the side of our control box, so it's ready to bring the wheels down when the wheels need to come down. So where's our glue? Here it is. Let's put a wee bit of glue on the side of here. Glue right around there. That's good. Got plenty of glue on there. Let's glue it on the side of our box. Just hold it while the glue dries. That's going to be the wheels down. So here's the wheels up, here's the wheels down. So we'll bring them up. So now we're going to come into land using our control column. So let's just bring in the runway into view. Here we come, we're coming into the runway. And we're going to fly our aircraft in. Here we're coming in. Now it's time to bring the wheels down. Down go the wheels. We're coming into land. Right, here we come. We're going to land it. We're landing it. We're aiming for the runway. You can see the runway coming up. Coming up. Push the buttons. And here we come. We're going to put our wheels down. Wheels are down. We're coming in fast now. We're going to touch the ground. I don't know if you noticed, but on my bench the whole time has been this paper dart. It's made to look a bit like a shuttle. Watch, I'll stand it up for launching. But really it's made to be thrown. And I'll make these with you when you come back to preschool and we can throw them around the school. Watch, they land really well and they fly really well. Whoops. Did you see that? And when you want to really throw them, you can. Oh, that one was a good one. Paper darts are lots of fun, aren't they? Well, tomorrow I want to do something different. I want to make a robot, because robots are needed in space and they have their own brains, and we'll give our one his brains. So let's have a look in my junk box and see what we can make a robot out of. Down here on the floor I've got all sorts of bits and pieces I've been saving from our breakfast and dinner table. So a box of oats, that would make a good body for a robot. Oh, a yogurt container, that might make a head. We could use our old trusty boxes from sausage rolls for the legs, maybe. And we can think about the arms. We've got lots of paper towel rolls. So let's just think about this for tomorrow. Pop this on the bench and we'll be thinking, and you could be thinking about what you might like to make too for your robot, because it could be different. Have his head on the top, maybe. We'd have to put some brains in there so he could talk, and his legs, maybe his arms. We'll have to think about that. So lots of exciting thinking to be done tonight about a robot. That's going to be fun tomorrow. So until tomorrow, make sure you behave yourself for your parents, be very good boys and girls, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye bye.